Hello there, Will Williamson here from the JDR Group. In this short video, I want to give you some of the most important key performance indicators, or KPIs, that you can and should be tracking in your Google AdWords or pay-per-click advertising campaign. So why are these KPIs so important? Well, the beauty of Google AdWords is that it's such a responsive and flexible advertising system. It allows you to start or stop or increase or decrease your advertising for any keyword, advert, page on your website, product, service, you name it. You can start it, stop it, increase it, reduce it at the drop of a hat, which means that you can really shape a campaign to the desired results, so you can optimize it and get fantastic results over a period of time. Now, the trouble is that for most business owners, they have no idea what's actually going on with their pay-per-click or their Google AdWords. And when they get reports, quite often it doesn't really mean a great deal. So what I wanted to do was just break down some of the most important numbers so that you understand what you should be looking out for and how those numbers kind of interact and engage with each other. Now, the starting point for most business people is the actual cost of the campaign, how much we're actually spending. Now, this is actually the least important factor in the whole thing, but it's the only one that most people pay attention to. What's more important is how much is coming back the other way and how much is going to come back the other way. Now, the first place to start is by measuring how many leads, inquiries or sales that we're able to make as a direct result of this advertising. And we call those conversions. So a conversion can be a sale on a website, it can be someone downloading an ebook or a report, it can be someone requesting a brochure, it can be someone phoning up or sending an email, it can be all those different things. Now, it's important to understand and identify what the conversions are on your website. Now, if you've got an online shop, that's quite straightforward. With Google Analytics, you can track not only how many sales are made on your website, but also the value and the volume of those sales. But if you've got a B2B company where you're generating leads, that can be harder to track because some of those leads won't fill in a form on your website, which is quite easy to track. What they'll do is they'll pick the phone up and they'll contact you offline, or they'll take your email address and they'll go somewhere else, maybe their phone or whatever, to send you an email directly. And that's harder to track, but it's important that you or your sales team or your customer services team are tracking where those inquiries are coming from and how they got your number or your company name in the first place, so that you can trace back to the source of each inquiry or new lead that comes in. Now, it is possible using things like tracking phone numbers and tracking email addresses to really measure the results of this type of advertising and marketing, so that you can track those kind of offline conversions as well as people filling out a contact form on your website. But that's the starting point to start to measure those conversions. Now, once you know how many conversions you're getting, you want to work out how many conversions you're getting for your money. And that will give you a figure called your CPA. So that's your cost of conversion, or your cost per action, or your cost per acquisition. Now, if you have, let's say you spend £100 and you have one new lead, that new lead has cost you £100. If you get 10, they've cost you £10 each. And by tracking the CPA over a period of time, you can see it decrease from maybe £50 a conversion to £10 a conversion, maybe to £5 a conversion, as you hone and optimize and improve your campaign. Now, the next thing to keep a very close eye on is your click-through rate. So this is the percentage of people that actually click on your ads. So assuming we're running search ads, so people typing in keywords into Google, your ads appear. If your ads appear 100 times and 5 people actually click through and go onto your website, then your click-through rate, or your CTR, will be 5%. Now, that's very important because the higher your click-through rate, the higher something called your quality score, your QS, and it's right there, quality score, for each individual keyword. Now, your quality score affects your cost per click, the amount that every click through to your website costs you. Now, The cost per click is a factor of two things. The first is how much you're prepared to bid per click. I mean, Google AdWords is an auction-run advertising platform, so you say, I'm prepared to bid up to 50p a click for this particular keyword. And the amount you pay per click will go anything up to that ceiling that you put on it. So the cost per click will be in part determined by how much you're prepared to go to, your maximum cost per click. But it's not just who pays the most. Google also factors in quality score in determining how much people should pay for the clicks through to their website. And the kind of theory behind this is that what Google are trying to do in the long run is have people putting searches into Google and finding websites and clicking on the ads to find what they're looking for, having a good experience on those websites, finding relevant sites for what they were looking for, and having a good experience so that next time they use Google, they're more likely to use the ads again. And this is what good advertising is about. It's about helping your consumers or your buyers find the relevant information or the relevant products or services that they're looking for and helping them convert. And that's what Google wants as well. So when you do that well, you will have a better quality score and you will pay less per click. The less you pay per click means the less your cost per acquisition, because you'll be able to get more clicks for your money, which means you should get more conversions for your money, and your cost per action, cost per acquisition will be lower as a result. Now, the biggest factor that Google takes into account, I mean, there are lots of different factors when Google calculates this quality score, but the biggest single factor is your click-through rate, because that is an indication that your ads are relevant and interesting to the people that are searching. So if your click-through rate is dropping below, say, 2%, or if it drops below 1%, or it drops below 0.5%, you really need to look at what you can do to improve and raise that click-through rate so that you pay a lower cost per click because you'll have a higher quality score, so that your overall cost per acquisition is lower. And that's how, these are the most important factors so that you can track something called your ROI. All of that gives you your return on investment. How much return you get back from your investment in this form of marketing. Now, Google AdWords is a sophisticated system and it relies on expertise to manage it to help you get the best results. It's something that takes time by optimizing and honing a campaign over a long period to get the very, very best results. The highest quality scores, the highest click-through rates. You need to test different ads, test different landing pages, test different keywords, test different settings so that you can gradually get a better and better result over time. Now, the problem that a lot of people have with Google AdWords is they don't have anybody with experience or expertise or time actually in charge of those campaigns. And as a result, you don't get the results. But it all starts with knowing what these numbers are so that you know the return on investment and you can make better and more informed decisions about your account and campaign. Now, if you'd like to hear more content like this, there are 3 ways that you can stay in touch with us. You can subscribe to our blog, which is the Digital Prosperity blog. You can just search for that in Google, JDR Digital Prosperity blog, and you will find us. You can also subscribe for free on our YouTube channel. And we also have a podcast. It's called the Digital Prosperity Podcast, which you can find on iTunes and in Stitcher, SoundCloud, you name it, it's there. If you're running Google AdWords and you'd be interested in having a chat with our team, because we manage and run Google AdWords campaigns for our clients, we're also a certified Google AdWords partner, so we're certified and accredited by Google themselves, then give us a call or get in touch with us via our website, which is jdrgroup.co.uk, and we would love to speak with you. But thank you for watching. I'm Will Williamson, it's the JDR Group, and I'll see you again very soon.